Previously on Dyztopia post-human RPG, Akira defeated Rogue by themselves, but discovered that the mysterious assassin was actually Kale all along. Together with Eliza, Detritus, and Genesis, Akira made it for the first part of Show's sick event and participated in a dating show. After reuniting with the rest of the party, Akira defeated Show and wrested control of Vulcanite from Zeta. Unfortunately, Prime Minister Morgalia threatened to blow up the city if the party didn't meet her in the mines. I wonder if I stand a spare chance now that I have Edgar and Chase in the party. Two turns. First we use Clean Cut on the king. Well, slash all foes. Okay, so far so good. Okay, this is where it's gonna be trickier. Igniskin. Bonfire has flash if I haven't cast any spells yet. Okay, Flame Punch, Flash Up, Death Blow. Oh, how do you survive that? Finally. Okay, but now I have no more MPs. I'm just gonna punch you in the face. Victory! I did it! I passed the third moosh test. I can actually save between each one. I should make sure to do that. But yes, knowing I can pass the moosh test more easily does make things a bit easier, huh? Yes. Well, so I'll have to tailor my party to exact specs of the enemy. Alright, the next enemy is Akira and Libra. Yes, I guess all of the demons who sync to someone will have that person's clone as an ally. That's strange. I thought the real Akira had 2 weaknesses, but the fake one only has 1? Yeah, right now I also have to watch out for what type of attack I'm using. Also, it's indicated partially by the boss's sprite, which one's forbidden. So even if the status on your character's status does not show the correct type to avoid, the boss's current stance will indicate it. I have no idea if the safety skill tag actually works against Libra's gimmick. Probably not. Otherwise, it might be too easy. But then again, the safety tag is pretty rare, so maybe it would work for balance purposes. I don't know. You know, fortunately, the battle started with magic attacks forbidden, not physicals, and this is a very physical-oriented party. Of course, now physicals are forbidden, so not much you can do. Other than just use bio. Fortunately, the fake Akira was at 1 hit points. Right, now we just need to decide on a spell to use. Aquabolus does not turn off the reflection gimmick though. Alright, now I think we can go back to physicals, which should make it pretty easy since Libra is weak to thunder. Alright, nice. And of course I'm going to save between each one because there's no telling what the next round will demand. If I had taken advantage of this, maybe I would have been able to keep up the streak from earlier. Oh well. Another time limit one. This one's more. The time limit's more generous, but the enemies are getting a bit stronger each time too. Yes, Edgar is very good for this one just because his Swallow Slash, if used while he has his passive active, it has no cooldown. That makes it very good for clearing out large groups of foes easily. Chase does not have a lot of AoEs, but she does have a lot of flash skills, so that will allow her to finish off the enemies after they're weakened. Plus, a lot of her skills are multi-hit, so that also helps getting through the body armor. Alright, once again, save for this, just to be cautious. Seriously, the battles are way faster when I have this team set up. I feel like Chase and Edgar are top tier if you were to tier every character. The thing, I haven't recruited every character yet. Maybe there's some later ones who are even stronger. Yeah, Chase just has really good attack growth, and sticking to Ruby accessories on her really make her so OP. She'll be hitting for 1,000 almost every time, as long as the enemy's weak to fire. Yeah, at some point I may have to. I might be getting such a. Since I can't always surpass 1,000, it might be better to give her a different accessory at some point. Maybe one based on speed. Angel-type enemies in the simulation, huh? I have no idea what happens if you beat 2 bosses before talking to Detritus again. I don't know if he'll screw up his events or not. Yeah, good thing they heal all my MP between rounds. That makes it much easier to just spam Swallow Slash for these fights. Alright, Vacuum Slash is probably a good one of his better single targets. Akira, so good to see you. Wow, that was so weird. Do you enjoy fighting yourself? Yeah, it was like looking in a mirror. I feel like I learned a bit about myself by fighting myself. That is what I was hoping for. Although most people would not like to see themselves in as much detail. Your reaction is surprising. I thought it was cool. It's like a remix of our adventure. I think it's interesting. Excellent. Say, I've been meaning to ask. Why do you drink tea? I like tea. Well, I could have figured it out, but I guess what I should ask is, how do you like tea? Jasmine, Detritus, how can you drink tea as a droid? Oh, I like the smell and warmth of it, I suppose. So you can smell. Yes. Certainly, you may have my tea when I'm finished with it. I'm not actually drinking it, just holding it for comfort. I think I get it now. I will now start preparing for the upcoming missions. Link free. Okay, gets +10 to every stat. Alright, this should be the next Zodiac Demon. Barbados. He doesn't start in his Ares form. Yeah, somehow even the regular enemies have body armor nowadays. Make it a little bit difficult to finish them off. Okay, and now he becomes Ares and summons a bunch of new foes. Seems my hype from the previous, before he transformed also carried over. And he's also got a retrograde Ares. Something between the rising Ares and the Archdemon Ares. Now, unfortunately, Chase's fire attacks are not good here, though her impact attacks are good. If I can just take advantage of... yeah, in that case, I'm actually better off using normal attacks sometimes. Also, I heard that Ares' AoE fire move actually got nerfed a bit. According to the patch notes. Okay, this one down. Now just the... now the retrograde. Rain Slash. Yeah, Embargo Aura just to soften them up a bit. Since they're weak to Psychic, using ESP Fire kind of overrides their Fire Absorption, doesn't it? That is convenient. Do a quick Psychic combo. Though hitting 2 weaknesses at once with these dual element attacks, I don't think that counts as quadruple weakness, though. Oh well. And I'm pretty much out of steam. Just one lumen and that's it. And the transformation wore off. I can actually go in the Libra sync, even though Runi already used her own sync. Yeah, I might as well use Flame Guard and play defense until I can get her impact moves back on off cooldown. Okay, Flame Punch, since he's weak to impact, the impact part also overrides the flame absorption. That'll give Chase a few more options to use against him. Suspend and talk to you. Akira, it's good to see you. Barbados. I'm sorry you had feelings for him. That's both insensitive and a big mood. Just looking at data, Barbados is making me wish he was here on our side, you know? Akira, I hate Barbados. Wait, really? Barbados believed that being unhappy was necessary for success. He kept his emotions hidden and unintentionally caused harm to those around him. Take a look at our friends from Ponpon. They are feeling hurt and outraged and are resorting to taking it up arms because of him. So I'm sorry, but I don't share the same fondness you have for Barbados. Huh. I should not be surprised you feel that way. But it's how everyone else feels. I do recognize I'm a bit out of the norm. Your attitude about him is illogical. It sure is. I suppose I'm mourning his potential and choosing to ignore his faults. I think we could have been good friends, but it doesn't mean we were. But you're right, I am blind about how he was. As long as you understand, I suppose. He's precisely the type of person I resent, someone who is so willing to be used. Someone who is willing to burn down the village without questioning why. That sort of person is not someone I want to be around. I understand. Actually, it's kind of nice that we disagree about something. What do you mean? That means you have ideals, likes and dislikes, you have individuality, Detritus. And you said our friends, I'm glad you think of everyone as your friend. I suppose I do. Anyway, I'll begin prep on the next few missions. Detritus is now link level 4. Gains 2 FP. Will now retain height between battles. Whoa! But there's no way you can carry over Link levels through other playthroughs. Otherwise, it would keep you from getting certain story paths, right? Alright, I think this is the final stretch. I think these guys will be in the mines, but they should not be much of a problem for my more DPS-focused team here. Haha. Yeah, let's get that wave/kill. That way I can cool it down faster. $15 plus 8, 23. I don't know. I feel like Swole/Slash didn't get the follow-ups it was supposed to. Weird. Maybe they all have alert on them. Alright, that tomb in the back I have to be careful because it can absorb a lot of types of damages. You have to be very careful here. Okay, there we go. Just kill with normal attack. Three turns to kill 2 Dragon Mooshes. With any other party, this would probably be nearly impossible. But with this one, easy. 1 turn. Alright, unlike me, it would be better to target Genesis last. I think killing... Because Genesis is Scorpio's sync partner, that means killing Genesis first will cause Scorpio to spawn faster. Someone getting Kekken part way through also summoned it. Maybe it's Kekken who's the one who triggers it. I don't know. I'm not sure what the logic here is. Maybe I should have just spammed AoE attacks and hoped to kill them evenly. And also, Genesis got revived for some reason. Very weird. Alright, just a bit more. This boss, I don't remember. Yeah, the sand tomb mechanic is pretty annoying, but it's nothing compared to what the next angel boss is going to do to my party. And also, for some reason, no one's in the sand tomb right now. That is very weird. I thought it would always switch to the next person. Okay, now Akira has been sanded. Okay, just a few more hits. Done! Next, your score is 17, okay? Congrats, to follow the battles. You can end it here or continue. Your streak will stay the same, but you'll start at the first encounter. You should speak to Detritus. Understood. Here are your item stack. Okay. We'll return where you left off. Yeah, so for that I should be able to get his final thing. I don't know there's a point to getting the maximum streak, though. Akira, it's good to see you. Jeez, I'm glad Jen and Fred are on our team. Me too. It makes me wonder if Fred, Jen, Kekken, and Scorpio fought us like in your simulation. We would have had a much tougher time. It seems like Kekken is to blame. She chose to betray both Fredek and Genesis despite their trust in her. Yeah, her timing certainly could have been better. Akira, I don't have any more missions. I think this will suffice as data. Thank you. You've been excellent, friend. I feel the same, Detritus. I'm optimized for battle. I could face Zazz right now if I had the opportunity. You're really okay with killing Zazz? I am not only okay, but this is exactly what I desire. When Zazz is no longer in the picture, we can start a new era for Zeta. If I can be blunt, I don't think I'm qualified to be president, so I'll rescind Eliza's offer. If I were to analyze who would make the best president among us, I would choose her above all others. I agree with that. I'll let her know when she's not busy. Right now, the task at hand is Zazz. Internal affairs can wait until Zazz is dead. Thank you again. I look forward to working with you. Detritus is now maximum sync. Detritus gains 2 FP, plus 1 to max MP. All that's left now is to finish the fight. Thank you for liberating Vulcanite. It feels like this was a long time coming. I wanted to stay up late, but my circadian rhythm has already been set because of the stupid curfew. I'm so glad. I can finally stop watching Showtime. I know what peace feels like now. Secret shop. My best deals go to folks who are trying to liberate Vulcanite. Wait, really? You're part of the Resistance? Nice. As long as you're VIPs only. Hello, we had minigames here at one point, but they were pretty janky and we got rid of them. So instead, you have me here. Please say yay or it'll be destroyed. Oh, I saw you on TV. I was rooting for you to die. Gee, thanks. Everyone talks about damage reduction, but no one cares about damage seduction. I feel something inside me calling out. Okay, that's gonna cost 4. I have 9, so I have enough to pay the Libra tax for the rest of the game. As long as I don't spend any on skills. Yes, hang out with Libra. Let's go to VIP room, Libra. Are we VIPs? Akira, one of your companions, Runi, is synced with Gemini. She is. My sister Gemini is one of the most diabolical demons, even by Archdemon standards. So I heard, and Runi has been hosting her for years. What does this have to do with anything? It's just that, as we discussed, you have healing properties. Your presence saved her in Pon Pon. And you forgave her, which while being a good move, and also forwarded Gemini's efforts. Yes, I heard it. Evil Runi route. If you don't friend her, there's a very good chance that things will go horribly wrong, and Gemini will fully corrupt her. I just feared what may happen to Runi in our adventure if Gemini were to take control. Yes, this is basically a hint for a New Game Plus run. How would Gemini even do that? Well, a sync makes us both more powerful. Two souls combined as one in equal balance. Syncs can only work that way if each participant has a fair share. If for some reason one side would hold more power, they could reap all the benefits of sync and use it to their advantage. I wonder if Morgalia did that to Leo, considering that Leo seemed to be scared of her. Gemini is in a unique position to achieve that because of Runi's ESP. I see. Can she mind wipe herself? So you see why I bring this up. At this stage, we may be too late to stop it. But whatever happens, we'll face Edgar. Well, apparently it's harder to get the evil Runi route than to get the default route because you have to not have any... you apparently have to ignore Edgar for that to work. So I'm guessing Edgar is enough emotional support for Runi to prevent the evil Runi route. But if something were to happen to him and you didn't friend him hard enough, then yikes. Okay, 2 FP. Retain height between battles. Salutations, Noob Lord. I have some time to kill. Should I spend it hanging out with the guy that called me Noob Lord? I am Noob Lord. Hey Fred, I want to talk to you in private if that's okay. Since you probably don't pose a threat to me now, so I'll oblige. He got away. Who? Clyde. I believe it's worth talking about why I hate him so much. Clyde and I used to be good friends. We grew up together through high school. He didn't have many friends at all and was a bit of an outcast. I reached out to him and we ended up growing close. He viewed the world very differently than anyone else I knew. He judged us a lot, but it wasn't until I went to his house that I got a better understanding of him. He's an Esper, but you knew that already. What you don't know is that Espers aren't really supposed to be in normal society. He is an orphan sold to a Zetacorp research facility. The facility wanted to experiment with bringing an Esper into regular society. This raises a big ethical question. Is it okay for someone who could have the ability to read the thoughts of others, and in some cases cause them to be lobotomized in the span of a few seconds, be allowed to live a normal life? I don't think either of us is equipped to answer that, but the research center had an answer, a limiting implant. The implant constantly feeds him dopamine and keeps him content, and to not misuse his psychic powers. It also sends a low-level shock if he even thinks of anything that would put harm to others. The implant sends shocks whenever he thinks of anything sexual as well, but let's not get into that subject. I'm following all of this, but what does the facility get out of putting an Esper into society? 8% of Espers have to be kept in a controlled environment. The facility would test to see if Espers could live among the normal population with little to no control. I think that goal is a good one. After all, Runi is an Esper, and doesn't she deserve to be with her friends? Or do you think Runi's mental health would be better if she was kept in a large metal prison with limited social interaction? I guess I see the point. We can continue from where Clyde has that implant. Right, he had to keep going to the facility for checkups to make sure everything was okay. Akira, that facility has been shut down for about 7 years now. There's no one to check in on Clyde anymore. Which means the implant isn't working as intended. Ever since then, he's been really irritable. He knows how to keep a nice persona, but deep down he's full of hate. We got into an argument one time and he snapped. He started throwing chairs at me and then pushed into my brain. I guess similar to what Runi did to you. Clyde stopped. Genesis came in and told Clyde to leave. She gave him a pretty bad scar from what I remember. Then Clyde leaked to the Hunter Association that Genesis was an escort. He used his position to make sure he was ostracized. So Clyde ruined my sister's income over some petty argument. And you know what the worst part of it is? I tried talking to him about it years later, and he kept saying he forgot or even said he didn't know who I was. At first I thought it was gaslighting, but upon doing more research into it, I found out that Espers can modify their own memory. That piece of shit made himself forget about me. Fred, I'm so sorry. I wish I could have seen Clyde for the absolute monster he was. Anyway, now you know. Even if Clyde was a horrible person, you were a good friend to him. Learning about him in the way you did is extremely thoughtful. I care about my friends. I'm just scared when they care about me. Anyway, I have nothing more to say, fool. One last thing. Thank you for telling me this, Fred. I know it must not be easy bringing back trauma. Whatever, loser. Hey Fred, you said 8% of Espers live in a controlled environment. What about the other 20%? They're either hiding amongst us or in rare cases are sanctioned to live among people with monitoring, i.e. the rich kid Espers. I haven't quite found out where Runi belongs to, though. Thank you again, Fred. You're very knowledgeable. Of course, fool. Now link level 2. Gain 1 FP. Resist Psychic. Huh, fitting, considering who his arch nemesis is. Hey, I have some time to kill. Should I spend with Kiyota? Yes. Aki, how do I say this? I need some relationship advice. Yeah, you do. Can it, Fred? Sure, Kiyota, let's head to the VIP room. Hey, Aki, I need some advice. First off, for context, I'm scared I will die a virgin. Okay, that's not what context means. So I talked to Runi for a bit, and well, I finally decided to move past her. I'm sorry it didn't work out between y'all. However, this is the healthy choice. It's okay, when we talked about it out, it actually made a lot of sense. I don't think I want to be in a relationship with her. She has more long-term plans, specifically ones that involve children. I'm not about babies or marriage. So we talked, and we're basically all looking down the end of a barrel here. There's no guarantee that we'll make it out alive. I don't want to die a virgin. She said she'd help me with that if I really wanted to. Good on Runi for being so accommodating, but are you sure you won't get too attached after sex? I'm not super sure, but no matter what happens, Runi is an incredibly important person in my life. That will never change it even if we're not long-term compatible. So I want her to take my virginity because I trust her. I wanted to tell you because you've inspired me. I have? Yeah, I think you carry yourself maturely. Spending time with you as our leader and seeing how you develop your relationships with our friends. It really put in retrospect on how I was being immature in my own love life. I look up to you. I'm flattered. Aki, promise me we'll still talk when all this is over. I'd like to still be in touch with you. I don't know what your plans are after this, but I know for certain I don't want to stop being your friend. Of course, Kiyota. Resist fire? Akira, I have some time to kill. Should I spend with Crow? Yes. Hey Crow, want to chat? Yes, I would like to chat. Crow, All this, liberating Vulcanite, escaping my mission. I couldn't have done this without you. Thank you so much. You're an idiot. What? Getting kidnapped and putting yourself at risk. You're too reckless. And most upsetting is that you have the audacity to thank me, when it should be the other way around. I think I'm experiencing emotional whiplash. I'm sorry I started the conversation harsh. It's just that this mission cannot succeed without you. That is not an option any of us can afford. You saved me, Akira. The least I can do is save you. Crow used to be a bum hanging out in the sewers. All he had was revenge in his heart and nothing to show for it. Then you came along and sparked hope in this old man's heart. If you leave, that hope dies, and I'll be lucky to be homeless after that. Nothing can happen to you, no matter what. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure. I appreciate it, even if you came out swinging. I'm not apologizing. Resist thunder. Hello there. Have some time spent with Edgar? Yes. Hey Edgar, do you want to hang out for a bit? Yes. Man, we've been through a lot together, haven't we? We sure have. Everything has led up to this point. The atrocities, the fighting. I feel closer to everyone because of it. That includes you. I hate that it was because of our circumstances that we met, but now that I know you, I feel like we've always been friends. I feel the same, Edgar. Can I confide something in you? Of course. I hate this. I hate all of it. I didn't want to participate in the revolution, but I feel as if I have no other choice. I see. If I didn't get his link level high enough, maybe he would have really left. I just want a quiet home life. Is it too much to ask? I know that feeling, Edgar. I wanted to run away from Zeta myself. I wanted to quit my job and live in the countryside. I know. We just have to recontextualize it. We can't have a peaceful life if we don't fight. It sounds backwards, I know, but these are the cards we were dealt with. We can't do what we want to do until we do what we need to do. When we put it like that, it doesn't sound so bad. Also, I want to clarify. I'm still giving my 100% regardless of how much I think all this sucks. I'm just frustrated because I never asked to be a soldier. None of us did, and let's hope the people we're fighting for don't have to take up arms after we're done. I can get behind that. Thank you, Akira. Talking to you always makes me feel better. Anytime, Med. So, everything going okay? I have some time to kill. Should I spend it with Runi? Yes. Hey Runi, I'd like to grab a drink with you if that's okay. Of course. I'm sorry, Akira. I don't think I'll be great company today. Well, don't worry about being good company. I just want to make sure you're okay. Can I be honest for a second? I'm confiding in you, so don't you dare tell anyone. Your secret is safe with me. I don't feel as sad as I should be. As I should. Don't get me wrong, I'm sick of them hurting my friends and family. But I just feel so numb to it all. I knew Rosie would never accept me again, even after a phone call where she warned me about Barbados. She made it about you. That made me so angry, like she'd be totally fine with Barbados raising her village, but since you happen to be staying with us, suddenly she cares. Were you angry at me? Yes, it seems silly now, but I was very jealous of you. Anyway, the second time Rosie called me, I was almost in shock. She was totally different than before. At first I thought she was desperate or in danger, so I opened my heart to her. But deep down I knew something was off. Now we know they have her in Zeta Tower. I'm more upset seeing how Ed is taking this. Also, really annoyed that the state keeps using my family to hurt me. I'm sorry if you think I'm a bad person. I know you two are close, but I'm just tired about this more so than sad. I can't say your words don't sting. I'm devastated about Rosie, but I understand you, Runi. I have no idea what it's like in your shoes, but I know for a fact that you aren't a terrible person. Regardless, I'm glad you listened to me. I have a bad habit of letting things dwell. I feel like I should pay you for your time. Well, don't do that. I'm your friend, and this is what friends are for. You're too nice. Hey, so it seems that Eliza the lady seems to think you're pretty special. That's the drastic subject change. I got out what needed to get out, so I want to talk about you. I like Eliza. It's not the time. I knew it. Eliza's a catch. If she wasn't crazy about you, I'd be all over her. Right, because y'all got off to a great start. Is she asking this in response to your choices on the show? It was Fred that told you, wasn't it? I had hang-ups about her because she was my superior and she worked for Zazz. Thankfully, that's not the case anymore. I guess it is an awkward time to confess feelings, but that never stopped them from happening. Whatever the case, I'm rooting for both of you. I think you all would make a great couple. I wonder which route is Kanan, because I feel like it's in character for Akira to befriend Runi despite their differences. It just seemed kind of weird for. I feel like it'd be so out of character for Akira to say, "No, I am temporary ally zoning you." Yes, I feel like the evil Runi route is like it would be non-canon, but who knows? Maybe they'll find a way to make both timelines canon, just like in Star Stealing Prince. Hey boss, I have some time to kill. Should I spend with Genesis? Yes. Hey Genesis, I want to speak with you. You know my rates. What's up, neighbor? Why do you protect Fredek so much? Fred's the only family I have. Oh, is he the only survivor? It's more like he's the only one who didn't disown me. Mom and Dad hated my job. They gave me an ultimatum. Go to a college and be a good girl or live in the streets where you belong. So naturally I did both, which worked out pretty well for a while. I wasn't a broke college girl. But of course they found out and kicked me out with no choice. Then they drained my whole bank account, most of which was money I earned. So I was broke with no family, or so I thought. Fred was furious at our folks and left to find me. Fred and I got a place together and the rest is history. I see, I'm sorry that happened. I don't think I am. The worst part is that they took my money. My parents suck. I always know them to be shitty people. Why would I want them in my life? You don't talk to your mom. That's so sad. It's not. You have to forgive them. They're family. I refuse. So no, the saddest thing about that whole exchange is the money they took. I can see you wanting to console me. I'm telling you I don't need it. I'm happy. Friends like you are more family to me than my parents ever were. That's really sweet, Genesis. I think. It's wrong for me to place what I think is important on Genesis. I love my parents, and if Genesis hates hers, all I have to do is accept it and be happy for her. Okay. Where are Akira's parents in the Smog Empire? 1 FP. Okay, backstab. Probably would have helped in some earlier fights to put more things in rotation. Has flash property as well. Remove all shields. Whoa. Yo, leader. I have some time to kill. Should I spend a hang of Chase? Yes. Hey, Chase, why don't we talk in the VIP area? Sure. Hey, Aki, I want to talk to you. Returning home was awful for me. My mom is the absolute worst. What? I have to let you know, there is a bit of me that doesn't want to kill her. Oof. Oh? I don't know. I don't think I could do it. So I'm going to ask one of you to do it. Wow. Crow would do it with no hesitation. Edgar could do it quick and painless. Runi would be the opposite. She'd be slow and painful. Ugh, these spots are starting to become too vivid. I got off track. All I'm asking is for someone to do it instead of me. I'm compromised. Well, Chase, I felt the same way about Barbados. Even if people hurt you, you don't want to hurt them in return. It doesn't make sense, but I understand why you're not thrilled to get your vengeance. Yeah, in a perfect world, I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to Mom. I want her to leave me alone. Unfortunately, our world is far from perfect. Dystopic, even. Dyztopic, with a Z. Anyway, thanks for talking to me, Aki. Talking to you always makes me feel better. I'm always here to lend my ear. Now let's get down to business. This time, it's a competition. I want to see who can hold their beer better. The answer is you, but I'll humor you because drinking sounds fun. Cheers. Chase now link level 2. Okay. Resist curse. Oh, hello, Akira. Do you need something? I have some time to kill. Should I spend it hanging with Eliza? No activity cost? What? Wow, is it because I chose her on the show that it's now for free? Heart to heart. Hey Eliza, I wanted to chat with you, if that's okay. I'd be happy to. Do I have to answer questions correctly like on the show? Does that mean they're a Canaan couple, or does it depend on who I... No, I'm not sure. What do you want to talk about, Akira? A few things. I wanted to apologize about the call on the train and dropping contact with you briefly. I didn't know if I could trust you yet. I think you made the right call at the time. I had quite a disturbing conversation with Zazz afterwards. I don't think I've had a non-disturbing conversation with the president. He wanted to secure my loyalty by buying me a partner. He said he could purchase the affections of any person in Zeta for me, just to keep my mouth shut. I see. Yet I refused. I wanted to be by your side instead. I am truly grateful you chose us. I feel much better having you on their side. I feel the same, except for one thing. I chose you specifically. I believe in your worldview. I believe that you genuinely want Zeta and Vulcanite to be a better place. You are the antithesis of Zazz's nihilism. Given the situation, I would make the same choice again. I will always choose you, Akira. Because I love you. Eliza. I love you too. I don't feel the same way. Would Eliza go on Dario if I picked no? I love you too. Akira. I wasn't expecting you to reciprocate my feelings. It makes me so happy that you feel the same way. I didn't expect to get this far, so I don't know my next step. Can I hold you? I've always wanted to feel you. You can do a lot more than just hold me. Careful, I will take you up on that. Eliza is now link level 3, and I need to figure out who to spend the last point on. Wait! Where did the first two come from? I bet maybe one of them came from... probably came from the show, but... Eliza gains 1 FP. Permanent plus 10, okay. Wait, link 4! 2 FP. Retain hype? Wow. I did not see that coming. Hype shot, might as well learn that one. Okay, now to make the final choice. Yeah, scan, get out, scan, reload, and pick a better party. Well, whom do we have in here? It's the most wanted smog on TV, Akira Sakimoto. I'm sure you know in this by now I'm an angel. But what you don't know is that I'm the most sane angel. See, my checksum isn't corrupted. I'm not garbage Jaden. I hid here inside this television waiting to watching. So much watching years of broadcasting inside my head. Anyway, here on Zeta's most popular news network that you're the most wanted criminal. You're in every headline. Akira's a criminal. Akira's a terrorist. Abhorrent. People who don't follow the law are disgusting. In the name of the righteous, I will smite thee. After all, why would the most popular news network in Zeta lie to me? Oh boy, Asterisk, I hope you can clear this up for me. Wait, do you not have any weaknesses?
Wait, that's illegal.
Cancelled? Does it cancel buffs? Guard. Guard. So how am I supposed to get my hype up at all? This just seems like a really tedious battle. Best I can do is try to have Akira use S drink, but I wish there were more... I don't have enough MP type items I could use to keep our people gassed up. Let's see, ESP Hail. One of my characters disappeared!
Looks like you're going to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo. Oh, it's just down the street.
Okay. Super health bar. Guard. Vengeance. Okay, so Akira will be the first to die. Akira cannot be exiled, but this will still one-shot them once the countdown finishes. It's a really annoying skill. I do not understand why it has to exist. Sacrifice could be the key to winning, but the problem is, if Fredek gets exiled, that's an instant death. Nova to make you weaker. Ultra Excel, actually. I don't think it might. Is it immune to some attacks? Mirror beam just to see if I can get rid of your barrier. Can I actually use this on Akira right now? No. If I do that too soon, then they'll just use it. Have to think about this. Makes the target weak to all elements for 1 turn. Wait, could be that it was actually weak to stuff all along, but I didn't notice? I don't understand. No, these are all just the types I've used before, that's why. Damn. No. Okay, good. It's hitting Akira. That means it's not an exile. That is, honestly, I'll take what I can get. Fuck you. Panic attack takes too long to cool down, but it's one of the most useful skills against this extremely cheap boss. Seriously. If only there was a way to get rid of all my cooldowns quicker. I also have stun immunity on so that I don't have to on 2 of my characters, so I don't have to worry about it as much. But yeah, this turbo sucks. Sacrifice. Time for some comboing. Oh crap. Nope. Super health bar. I might be able to make this if I use this stupid jank strategy. Hell no. Vengeance! Ah! Oasis. Panic attack I should probably save for when I get Vengeance cooldown again. For now, Ultra Sap to weaken you. And then quickly heal up. This strength strategy is somehow working out. I don't believe it. I might be speaking too soon, though. Oh no, it's hitting you. And I can't kill you fast enough, which means I'm screwed. If I don't end this now, I am turbo dead. I wish he could sacrifice himself, but that's not a thing. Okay, binary stone. Yes, it worked! I somehow managed to get through this without getting exiled. Yeah, the thing is, you have to... I got lucky that they only targeted Akira this time, but they can actually remove your character and prevent them from being revived at all. It's a very, very cheese mechanic. Apostatized bauble. After that fight, I don't think you're evil. Look, Aphos, I don't think you should believe everything you hear on TV. You're right, I'm thinking I was misled. You're trying to fight for equality, are you not? Yes. Then let me make it up to you by joining your side. Together we can bring peace into this world. Aphos, join the party. Never mind. I don't suppose then that's your jaws causing me pain. Is this Asterisk doing? Or is it a different angel? Demon thing. I'm the last of my kind. If I go... Forgetting that, please. Whoever teeth is inside me, let me go. Could it be? The Butcher? And this time, Asterisk will surround you on both sides. And also, about the accessory that dropped. Immune to Exile, what does that mean? I'm guessing Exile is the special status that they can inflict on anyone except Akira. So it can be inflicted... I was lucky they did not target Fredek and Detritus, because the only way to get rid of Exile is for that character to get KO'd. But only Detritus is really capable of getting himself KO'd that easily off the enemy spike. Fredek, unfortunately, does not have a lot of physical attacks to make that work, and Edgar's physical attacks have too much cooldown for that to work either. So it's pretty annoying. Though Fredek does have the ability to make the boss vulnerable to all elements, which does help make up for the fact that it has no weaknesses. Honestly, I am not sure what the optimal strategy was. I got super lucky that they only targeted Akira, who is immune to Exile by default for some reason. Yes, that definitely would have helped on someone else. Maybe on a New Game Plus it would let me beat this boss again way more easily, having 2 people immune to Exile. Honestly, I would just have one other person equip it and then have Detritus not equip it, because Detritus can just easily KO himself on the spikes anyway. Man. Akira, you should be wary of these angels. They're bad business. Come on, let's get out of here. Are we gonna talk about that, or... I'm still processing that myself. Why did we go down here in the first place? The mines are away. Yeah, I know. Just so you know, if you're gonna put us in dangerous situations, I think we at least deserve a good explanation. I don't know what's drawing me to these angels, but I keep seeking them out. Like someone is guiding me towards them. Could it be the angels themselves? I think that's the likely solution. Okay, that's just another thing we have to worry about. Aphos wants to join us. Speaking of, how did you know its name? I don't know. Let's get out of here. No use in hanging around. And that's not even the last... That was only the 3rd angel. Every angel afterwards is going to be even worse, probably. So does it save my progress this time? I had actually beat this boss once before on a very lucky run where they only banished 1 person. Seriously, this boss is literally Kashtira. It's literally the Kashtira archetype from Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, this time it updated correctly, the angel count. But seriously, that thing is literally just Kashtira in a trench coat. Akira, if it came down to it, I would put my life on the line for this mission. Not just for you and our friends, but for her too. With show gone, the state lost its biggest propaganda machine. It's funny, the show was never popular to begin with. Huh. I guess it's just... even if their show is not that well liked, as long as they spread the word, they might be able to get enough people to believe it. The line just needs to be repeated. Never actually been to Vulcanite before. It's very nice, I like it. Certainly better than Bone Town. Now all we have left to do is control the mines, and Vulcanite is ours. Sup, Worm? Show us a tough battle. We gotta grind more so battles aren't so tough anymore. But even if I grind, I feel like the angels are still really strong. The kids at school lied to me. Real life is like an RPG. Kiyota seems pretty cool. My sister really digs her. Don't tell her I said that, though. This place has a decent selection of games. I remember it being much sicker. At least the energy drinks are still dank. Hey, Aki. Man, this arcade is pretty cool. I wish we had something like this in Pon. Actually, I think I might be the only gamer in that village. However, I can still convert some villagers, or get Prey to join Pon. Haha, yes, make sure Akira is bad at all of them. LMAO no. Whatever, G2G. No one says G2G anymore. Hyaki, let's play some Fire Street. I'm crazy good at that game. My favorite characters are big burly grapplers. Command grabs are so satisfying. The war is gone, the demons are even stronger. Man, I miss Pun Pun demons. They were easy. I know it's a visual novel, but I refuse to play that show game. I can't think of something that makes me want to barf more. Like, after what he did to you, that's straight up offensive. Bonjour. Vulcanite is a fabulous city, and I like visiting. However, I would never want to live here. I'm a country girl, after all. Hey, Genesis asked me something the other day. I won't repeat it, but, does she ask stuff like that a lot? Yes, that is her line of work. Oh. Oh. Good for her. I like her more now. Thinking back, we've been through a lot. I'm glad we're friends. I really am. Chase has some issues with her mom, and so do I. I intend to do something about her. Sorry, Chase. Someone has to do it. Akira, I have a confession to make. When I invited you to that party, I said 7 because I want an hour extra to spend with you alone. Also, I sent the heart emoji completely on purpose. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for my crimes. Or punish me for them. Whoa. People around town are pretty grateful for us. I looked into it. Apparently my mom lost a popular vote every single time. An occupation from Zeta was never what the people wanted. Every single time. Show is similar. His ratings were extremely inflated. Like he had bots watching his show to pump up his numbers. AstroTurf. Of course you have outliers, loyalists, NIMBYs, and contrarians with podcasts, but for a coup, we're pretty welcomed. Is there some kind of electoral college system here? Bonjour. Meeting Chase's mom was very uncomfortable. I'm glad we don't have to pretend to like her anymore. Genesis and I have decided we could open up a restaurant. Eddie's food is so good. We could make big bucks. Thank you, mon ami. I know a guy that could lay the groundwork and get us started. He owes me one. Excellent. I see it pays to have connections in the city. Vulcanite is overwhelming. It's too bright. Sup, neighbor? My last boyfriend was kind of a tool, but I dated him because he did a bunch of minigames for me. The mines are a bad place. There's a lot of work-related deaths. It wasn't always like that. The mines were originally used as a power supply for just Vulcanite, so the power demand wasn't nearly as high before the Zeta takeover. Then once Zeta took over, they started to demand insane outputs. This led to the question, where do you get lots of labor really fast and cheap? Zeta had a solution for that too, prison labor. Sup, neighbor? Eddie approached me asking if I'd like to play cards. Of course, I said yes, in an extremely straightforward fashion. Expect me at the next game night. Thanks for tuning in to this Let's Play of Dyztopia. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit the bell icon.